Ready? Are we rolling? We're rolling. Trees, what are we doing? Trees?
Starts off and set. Louis, we will call on you and Sean and Smoochie. Once we call on you guys, Angela will pass over his mic, and you guys will take the hot seat. That will be asking the questions.
Come on, hot seat.
The hot seat.
All right.
Okay?
Oh, I like the
So
seat.
go
Yeah,
straight.
yeah, CJ was there. Sit down.
Okay. Louis, are you both in like picture? How's my angle?
Yeah, shirts will hit the.
Wonderful. Hands on table, off table.
You got some oil with us so we can be able to.
On table.
On table?
On table.
All right.
Tree starts off, and I'm gonna ask Angela a question.
Oh, we'll introduce him to do a little set.
But they're like really short.
Nice.
And
Intro.
here's the intro.
Ready?
And
Action. All right. Welcome back to Power After Hours. We have Amanda, our host, Angelo, that will be me, and of course our in-house band, Trees. Take it away, guys. All right, welcome back to Power After Hours. I'm our host, and I'm Angelo.
okay.
Take it away. What are we talking
So
about?
today's topic is going to be how we actually got to opening a dispensary and the process it took to get here. So Angelo, how did you start with your license process?
Oh, how did I start with my license? That's a great question. I think at first I didn't believe it was real until actually I was able to submit. So I would say I started by reading the guidance for about good 2-3 weeks over and over again. That's what it started off. And then after realizing that this actually could happen, I gave it a shot and I won.
Okay. And how long after you applied until you get the green light to get a license? How long did that take? I know it's been a long time.
Yeah, close to 2 years, a little more than 2 years.
What did that entail? What did you have to submit, or what happened to get to that point?
Well, definitely a lot of criteria, a lot of information, background checks, fingerprinting, I would say, including the whole family's background, the wife's. It was not such a easy process.
Right, because some people think to get a cannabis license to open up a dispensary, that it's 1, 2, 3, and then they can just, they can put a lot of money into it, they can have a license. It's not the case, right?
No, definitely.
I mean, you put a lot of money into it, but there's a lot that goes into it besides just the money aspect of it. So you have to have a certain background, right?
Yes, you definitely have to be someone that has been convicted for a conviction of possession of marijuana, for one. Plus, also you have to have at least proof of 2 years of successful business that you ran that had more than 50%. So you have to show that you're actually a businessman as well. It's not just, hey, I'm over 21 and I'm applying.
Yeah. It's a lot. Yeah. So as soon as you got the green light to, let's say, opening the store and your grand opening, what was the process of that like?
I'm sure for a lot of people it's very difficult. For me, I
And then once you open, can you give me some just like details of what that included, of how hard it actually was to open your doors and make it successful as it is?
So I think that I was blessed with good people around me, my wife, and a lot of other people that were able to help me move forward extremely quick. And big shout out to all cars that had to go through this process. But yeah, and it was difficult, but just being able to get the help and I was able to get it turned around in 30 days.
Which is, it doesn't happen for a lot, right? So we see dispensaries who take sometimes like 3 to 6 months to open.
Yes.
And I do want to give you your props for the due, and you opening in 30 days was a huge achievement to anybody who's open anything. And not just a dispensary, I'm talking about anything you want to start and open in life. 30 days is a very short time to open. So congratulations on that. And I do want to give your flowers were due. I do want to say that you're one of the only dispensaries who is not backed. You did this solely on your own. And you are, doing this on your own, so congratulations to you. I do want to get into the nitty-gritty of owning a dispensary. I do want to get into what happens behind closed doors, right? So we all know that you open a store and you want to cut here? So we're going to actually take a break because I think we have some sponsors that want to say a couple of words.
Let's go. That's actually good because I think this memory card's about to be full, so let's just swap it
Swap
out
out.
real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
I'm gonna turn off the camera real quick. We'll right back up.
Everybody take
Right,
a
you
break.
got a chance to take a little,
Yeah, we'll play something.
and then you
Yeah,
get.
get on.
Are
Let's
you
play
live
this
and
and
then
then
you're live live
Okay.
right now?
play
Yeah,
it.
once-
They're
yeah,
recording.
yeah.
We'll take 5.
Are you live live?
Yeah, that's what I'm recording.
On YouTube?
That one is.
Oh, okay.
The one where we're.
I had it on my sleeve.
But did you just be sure that John Pierre, we did last week, the last time, that he said.
Good stuff. Really good stuff. Yo, also, Amanda, when you asked him to clarify the
Yeah.
question about the white card thing, that's nice.
Yeah.
Because like that's something,
I don't know.
you know what that means, but not
Nobody knows what that
not
means.
every user is gonna know what that means. So sometimes if he uses very in the trenches language.
Just clarify.
Yes, exactly. Because that's gonna be really good.
I watched a lot of.
We got a check.
So take 5 minutes?
Alright, so you cigarette, we'll play a tune for the.
Bye.
Yes.
Cool, alright.
Trees, take it away.
Thank
I like this trio right here.
Yeah, right?
I like this.
Yeah, oh shit. Oh shit.
You gotta get one where you guys take like a little solo. You start off all together, and then like you break off on a solo. Each one at the same time. Like, you do your thing real quick. You do your thing. He does his
We
thing.
work that out for next week.
Does that make sense?
We play that later. We do it later.
Yes.
Easy money.
I love
We got
that. Yo, you guys are amazing, by the way. I appreciate
These are some of the lessons now, man. I don't know the lessons Yes. Bass player, bass player, that's what it is.
What's the big one? Look at that guy.
No, bass player, bass player, yeah. Let's go. No, I'm sorry. No.
And then it's nice that you can do it. Like I haven't
Yeah,
said
that's great.
one of those.
No, absolutely. I think that's what it is.
That you can assign that to anything. So like you
Well,
have
Wait, hey, water stuff.
but like on this sound, I haven't said so to the filter. And then I've been trying to set like it is kind of
We're playing with people already, like,
it's already fucked up.
that's already a task.
They really have it broke down into sections though. Like this section's the organ, this the piano, that's the synth. So it's not as hard as it seems. To me, drums are harder, bro.
Especially when you like play SVD.
Well, when you go to once I learned like studio cats and such like that, they get the same exact places and every drum and every drum. I was like, this is
No memory card.
But Louis
Where's
has the
Louis?
Louis.
Where'd he go? Well,
She's gonna knock loud when she's here, so I'm
not
gonna hear.
now. Let's see.
It's further than the camera, I'm gonna see.
Well, I mean, I can also see the door
Okay.
pretty clear, pretty well.
Let's see there.
No, no, it's not that.
What?
It's where- Nope.
So you blow, when you set it up front, is it too low?
Are you still like doing it?
You set it up,
Where's Louis?
Staten Island.
What? Take fun, why not?
That's what we got to do if you want to.
Just keep right. That's gonna just right over the DJ.
Yeah.
It's fun, that's fine. Oh, yeah.
Can you play it? I'll play it.
We're going to, whenever you have time.
Oh my god, this podcast goes forever.
It's
For the
when
change, all keys going up and forth.
It goes by.
How do you figure? Go to like 3 a.m.
Hey, bro, I'm excited.
We're
Yeah.
out here like.
Yeah.
That's what we killing.
Yeah, who's playing bass?
Amanda, I promise.
Oh,
You
no.
dropped me off last time, I was home at 14.
Yeah, it's with Sunny too, right?
Yeah.
I was home at 14.
Guys, no more breaks. Sit, it'll cool down.
It's, I would play this one.
Flower pots on. Yes, we know that because we usually move around in case you have faces.
Alright, anyway,
Yeah.
I'm called Louis
And
and
then the
Stanford,
change
so.
of blowing.
Loose the
Is-
stance first or what?
Should I do it backwards?
Backwards.
How about no hat?
Stand there until I call you.
And then G.
No, Louis, put the damn Angelo,
Yeah.
the camera on backwards.
I like that.
It's on the recording.
Cool.
And they play it up
Short, simple questions. And then, we'll, at the end, we'll have a little question
I like that.
This doesn't blowing, yeah.
So I'm gonna bring this back, introduce us to the trees and.
Get to the point, let's go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Press record. Are you? Wait, this is not recording. Mic check, do you see the mics going?
The mic's on?
We'll do,
Are you recording it?
Alright, we are
Alright.
rolling.
Alright, let's
Ready?
go.
Action.
Set it up.
Flower pots first, we're back, and, we have your host Amanda, and I am Angelo, and we got our in-house band trees.
there's a lot that goes into actually running a store, and obviously we know the analytics of it, there's a lot that goes into it. I wanna get into the funny stuff of flower power, and so there's a few situations that I would like to speak about.
Okay.
Okay, one of them is I have an amazing assistant who handles the day-to-day marketing and helps me out in every aspect I need help with.
Amazing. Just thinking about amazing is like such a great word. This guy.
I'm going to give my seal of approval to my marketing. Okay. There's a lot that gets done, okay, behind closed doors, whatever it is, when it comes to getting vendors in, when it comes to collaborations, when it comes to just any day-to-day stuff, but there are some situations that happen behind closed doors, and I understand that, you know, we run a business. We all understand the business aspect of running a store. However, there are certain situations that happen when you think nobody's watching that may or may not come to light, and I find it hilarious because obviously when you're dealing with such a high, intense, stressful situation because you're dealing with like multi-million dollars of products, you're dealing with, you know, different vendors who have different attitudes. So in the office, I would like to say, there's a lot that goes into maybe not so serious things. So I would like to call, cut to the chase. I would like to call.
So basically you're saying.
Yes, go ahead.
And
Finish.
then after
You can. Go
So
ahead.
you're basically saying there's a lot of bloopers that happen behind the scenes
There's-
that nobody really gets to talk or see about. And
There's
today
lots.
we are about to talk about
We are
bloopers specifically about your assistant. Is that what I'm hearing?
So
You're very interested.
we are going to get into the bloopers of different scenarios that happen behind closed doors.
What does this involve? This blooper? Can we know a little bit, just a little bit before this assistant pops up? It's amazing. You know what's amazing?
I would like to stress, he is amazing. This one scenario does not, you know, his, you know, okay, anyway, so I'm just gonna start off by saying, he might have had a rough day,
All right.
stressful day, and it led to kicking some very expensive Jordans of one set owner.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, enough of you. Let's get this guy away. His name
Let's
is Louis.
let's bring him out. Louis, my amazing marketing.
Amazing, amazing.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah, can I ask a question from the backside?
Okay.
Yes,
Great
sir.
We
question.
weren't taking questions before, but go ahead, sir.
Okay, so this is a good question. Amazing is a very big word. What is this we are going to hear today? Can you explain this?
Okay. So I'm gonna start off by saying, I think we can all come and agree with when you're working for anybody in any situation, sometimes your boss just doesn't rub you the right way. Can we see that?
I have no idea. Never.
So I'm gonna come to maybe an video here. There was and stomping said president's shoes.
True.
It is true. So,
It is.
okay, news first. We're going to get into the depths of why Lewis decided to kick and throw the shoes. And Gordon. So we're going to get into why Lewis decided to kick and mess up the president's very expensive shoe.
You know, no, it's a great question. Honestly, it's a question I ask of myself.
Every day. Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
night, even.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, I wonder if I was upset with him, or if I was upset with myself.
Or the printer.
Sometimes I'm upset with the universe. And, you know, maybe it was a combination of three.
Okay.
And I just tried to do the best with what I had at the
Okay.
time. And I'm just looking out, you know, to do my best to help my team win in the next time out.
Team win. Got
And
it.
that's what we're gonna try to do.
So, by my standard is helping the team win is kicking demolition. The president's very expensive Jordans. And
I would say this was a shortcoming. That's not how I wanted that to go out, and it is,
it is.
unfortunately.
It is.
Very much so.
So I also want to bring up the fact, I think we're going to input other video proof here. I also want to bring up the aspects of you on the floor. Yeah.
Which aspects?
There are certain occasions where Lewis is on the floor and he decides to automatically act like a spider monkey. Can you describe this?
So, well, okay, I will take offense to that because thank you. I will say this has been affectionately referred to as the squid by my fellow.
Oh, okay.
And I have been told that this actually raises morale. And if it raises morale amongst the bud tenders,
Yeah.
they can sell the product better, which then gets the business more money, as
Uh-huh.
everybody knows, obviously. So I'm just trying to help out.
My question is, have you ever seen a spider monkey?
No, that sounds horrifying.
You've never seen, okay,
Have
I
you?
would, one of my favorite primates, I must say.
Are they, so are they actually scary or like? what is-
They're extremely cute. They have extremely long arms, and because they're so long and their legs are so short, they weave them.
Okay. As the more you describe this, the more I'm seeing the correlation.
I see-
I can't even really be mad at it.
Yeah, I see a
All right,
very
all
strong
right.
resemblance to you and the spider monkey.
That's fair. That's
All
fair.
right.
That's
Well,
fair. I can't even really be mad about that.
Came to the conclusion,
That's actually a really apt comparison.
I will show you some videos after this. So
Okay.
you can
You better.
compare yourself to
All
this.
right.
So,
We're learning a
we
lot.
came to the conclusion, amazing assistant, however,
That's very kind of you.
yeah, not so great when it comes to the sneaker department. We're gonna throw it back to the trees, and let's hear from the trees for a little bit.
Let's do.
So, no, we have actually missed that camera that they need it down.
If she wants
Oh, well, let's do
like,
pyramid.
pyramid,
We have
pyramid,
been
or two count.
Well,
And those So, yeah.
Everybody.
But I
Also,
figured, let's make it a funny podcast instead of so serious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why so serious?
Who's next? Is Rashad going up?
I need Bashar, I need Smoochie to knock here, please, downstairs, so. Let's get
From the green room.
Is he getting you McKellen?
I asked for a rose.
The rose, okay. McKellen's 18 years age, so that's not really you would like it.
Is it vibe?
I need,
Alright.
I'll start.
It's very aged, it's like $300 bottle, so don't take it, try it.
And play
Yeah,
out
I'll
things?
try it.
You play with James Martin today?
Oh.
Oh, I'm actually gonna
That's
tell
all.
everybody.
How's your night going?
Our second is good, very good, Lewis, very good.
We were.
We
Nice
just
to meet you.
Oh,
Congratulations.
make sure there's a.
That's big shit, bro. That's big.
It was like in red.
Who's playing?
So, okay, no. So,
That's cool.
real quick, with Sean on, what it feels like to be, you know, in the film, then,
No more breaks though.
that's it, no breaks, and that's it.
Lewis, can you come up with two questions to ask us both, and then we answer the same? So, like, I can't do these, so, and ask us like two questions. Here, we'll see where she's at.
When you say that you would actually see, okay, so that you, how would you say you?
No, our opinions, but just two different questions. So like, if one question that changes. No, Oh, we can try.
What is this?
Customer
Oh,
support.
okay.
Oh, I got it. CAC percentage.
Okay.
That's fine.
And my thing would be, just because we're pushing it right, so we're coming to with everything.
Don't do
Go ahead.
not use that.
What kind of question?
Okay,
I mean, that's
fine.
fine.
Don't ask that question, 'cause I'm too honest with that.
So, like,
Ask,
that's something we usually
How do you
talk
I'm too
about.
honest.
To
They're fucking
capture.
Gucci as shit, they want things for certain things.
How do you recommend something?
That's amazing though, seriously.
Versus an experience?
I can't do that, I'm a floor.
For the next two, like,
Two questions.
Ask,
see,
We easy.
I'm gonna say, let's ask,
that I couldn't remember. I can't remember what it was.
sure, why not?
How do you?
Oh, I wish.
Yeah,
Which one is that?
Especially.
You like the
Yeah,
difference
that's
between
good.
weed and not
Okay,
weed.
yeah, that's good.
Oh, yeah, it could be a
That's
question
fine.
where.
So I'm gonna bring up Sean, and then Suji, and then ask the rapid question. Yes, we'll do all Suji. Okay, ready?
Yes.
We are rolling.
Alright, welcome back to Final Process. Happy host Amanda, Angelo, and we got our band.
Sorry guys, sorry, I'm patient.
Trees. Take it away, guys.
1, 2, 3.
up one of our fulfillment supervisors, Vashan. He handles the day-to-day aspect of what goes on behind the scenes when it comes to product. Vashan, come on in.
Alright, and gentlemen,
John,
Sean.
John,
Perfect.
Okay.
So we're here with Vashan. He is our fulfillment supervisor.
How we doing?
So Vashan, I just want to ask you a couple of questions about how it is handling multi-million-dollar product. And is it stressful? What goes into actually behind the scenes in fulfillment?
Well, behind the scenes, I don't wanna say it's stressful. You know, at the end of the day, it's called fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? We like to fulfill people's needs in New York City. Shout out New York City. Shout out to Nick. Shout out. When we move the products, what we want to do is we want to make sure we get it to you as soon as humanly possible. We want you to get your product. We want you to get happy. As we would say, we want you to be happy. That's what it's about. So you know what I'm saying? As far as moving the product, I would never say it's stressful. In fact, like I said before, the name is fulfillment. We like fulfilling it. You know what I'm saying? It's passion for us. It's not even. I'm not even lying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying this so you feel good about it when you come in here. Nah, man, we earned this. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy every minute of this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people went through a lot for this to happen. You know what I'm saying? Always respect it. You know what I'm saying? We love you guys. We'll wrap this up. Shout out Angela Boss. Amanda here, First Lady. Thank you. You got any other questions?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I got a question.
Question from the audience?
Go ahead.
So my question is, what do you do in fulfillment percent?
All right, in fulfillment, what we would do is basically get an order, we get a ticket, tickets printed, move to the products, we get the products that are asked for, put them in the tray, we get them onto the window so the product reaches the customer. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much simple, A, B, C, D. I mean, am I the only one in America that doesn't like ice cream? Any flavor? You know what I'm saying? I've asked that. Only if I'm asking for my birthday, and I think all birthdays are the highlight.
Oh, shoot! Happy birthday, Vashan!
God bless. Flower power.
Where's his free goodies? Let's get this question from the audience.
What's the difference between fulfillment and happiness?
Well, fulfillment is this, I guess happiness is basically, I guess that's opinionated, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? Whatever makes you happy. You know, fulfillment is basically getting something done and completed, and you have a task in front of you, and it's no longer there. Happiness, you know, you can be happy sad. You know what I'm saying? Some people love but, and that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I got a question. Fulfillment. You handle, I want to say over $500,000 worth of product every day. Absolutely. Maybe more, I want to say. So how does that feel? I mean, you know. It feels good. It feels good. It's moving. We got a lot of great products out there. We get it hot. You know
What is your number one product, personally, not just whatever sells out the door?
But for me personally,
Yeah.
you know, again, it's a great question. Every week it changes. You know what I'm
You
saying?
really?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it depends. It's something one of the audience members just asked me about. Happiness and fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I want to be happy, and happiness comes maybe with me going to sleep, which isn't anything.
I mean, my happiness is always sleep.
Yeah, well, sometimes I don't want to sleep because there's a lot going on and I don't want to miss a thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's in sativa, you know? So this week, I want to relax a little bit. I got a couple of things off. Actually, today, because like we said, we moved
sell out. But, you know what I mean? We got the app, so we can keep up with that. Anywho, make a long story short, old man running his yap, right? I know. Man, it's Saturday night.
Friday night.
What's the most,
Saturday morning.
Oh, Saturday morning.
what's the most fulfilling part of working as a film?
Again, for me, I'm an old man. You know what I'm saying? I know my time has passed, and I love watching technology. I love being able to download albums instead of having to go find them. So respect. End of the day, the Knicks are winning again. What it is, big shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks. I'm a Lakers fan. Respect, big win. Anywho, for me, it's the fact that people are able to move in. It's a good thing. There's expiration dates on it. We're able to give you certain strains. We're able to tell you exactly what it is, where before it was maybe moved a little different. Not that I would personally know anything about any of that. But from what I remember per se, that's how it went down. So now it's more peaceful, it's more safe, it's more respectful, and the product's better. At the end of the day, the product's better. Hey, again, yo, peace. Let me get out of here. Oh, I can't leave. No, I can't. No.
So, I just want to say thank you for Sean. He is an amazing food supervisor.
Let's hear it from
Insights.
Sean.
Happy birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
No, please don't.
So our next little segment before we go night-night is I want to introduce our in-house DJ, one of our favorites. He is amazing. He plays here Thursday through Sunday, and he is the cornerstone to our establishment. He makes it poppin'. He has the customers coming back.
Crowd control, crowd control.
And let me tell you when I say that the customers come in here, they buy what they want, but then they stay on the floor and they dance, they have a good time, keeps us the vibe for the entire day. I want to introduce DJ Smooth G.
Let's hear it from
Come on, you know I love you.
I was gonna ask Anthony too today, why don't you like?
Wait, why are you taller than me? Hold on, switch down.
That's, oh, you can put my son. Don't worry, don't worry about it. You good, you good. You get me? Yeah, we good. You get me? Whenever you guys are ready. All right. Hey.
Hey, so I would like to introduce.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I wasn't saying. Thank God for editing. And it's all just put these chairs together so if it goes down. Oh, hey. Put together the bus real quick.
So I would love to introduce DJ Smooth G, who's our in-house DJ. He plays Thursdays through Sundays, and he is the one who gets our customers coming back. Now, when I say coming back, I don't mean they come back not only because of the product, they come back because it's a vibe. They love the way coming in here, they have a good time, especially after work, because we are in a primarily business area, and they come in, they see him, they have a good time, and they dance, and they get their fix for the weekend. So I want to talk to you a little bit about you DJing, because I know you DJed in clubs and bars and for 30 plus years. So what is it like transitioning from DJing in a club to, let's say, a dispensary?
Canna vibes.
Well, first of all, thank you, and thank you for the introduction.
Of course.
Very, very
I'm
good.
not jerking it today.
That's an inside thing. Right?
Why you jerk?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing, I mean, yeah, I've been doing this a long time. I mean, I've been DJing for 39 years in the clubs and professional business for 20 plus. But the biggest difference, for me at least, is, I've said this a lot now, I mean, maybe it's just me, my age, but I don't want to get too deep into it, but the bar scene and the club scene, the restaurant scene that is now, I mean, without getting into detail, is garbage. So the people don't understand, they don't know what a real DJ is. My biggest thing, why I like it here, is because I'm appreciating people understand this. I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
Very long time.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I'm passionate about it. I mean, you know, whenever like one thing that bothers me, I hear DJ saying I retire, I'm pretty sure musicians are the same way. I mean, when you hear somebody say you retire, you don't retire from music. I mean, you just don't. How do you retire from music? You know? Anyway, that's getting on a whole nother level. But that's my biggest thing. I like to just play for people. And like you said, people that keep coming back and they enjoy it because it's more of a vibe. I mean, in a bar, in a club, or whatever scene it is, people are just looking to hear the same song over and over again.
Yeah.
And not really looking to vibe.
You want to get like the pop music or whatever.
Just want to hear whatever the same thing that people have been hearing for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
People that get them singing and, you know, like one bar, just a quick example, one bar was just at, not too long, I was a resident there for about 2 years. It was in Astoria. We're not going to mention the name, but, you know, you want to talk and play more, play more sing-along stuff. I understand what you meant.
Yeah.
And I do, I understand that, okay. I mean, if you just want to play top chart, 50,
Yeah.
anybody can do that, you don't need me. I even I actually told them, and I told you guys, I said, I have a mixed-up page. I have all my stuff on there. I told them at the place I was playing, I can just play this, you know, at the times I'm not there. So it's that, that you run out of time. You know, I want to get, you know, get music. No, so anyway, we're getting a little getting back to the original question, yeah, I mean, that's the biggest difference that I want. Because I can just, I can be me, I can do what I want, because I do a lot of tricks.
I get it. I know, and I also, because I plan, as much as he hates it, I plan a lot of,
That's right.
no, not only, but I plan a lot of, like, I have these nights that I devote certain Fridays to, like, we have country night, we have, Y2K night, and we have, and I know you hate staying inside the box.
No.
No?
I don't hate it. I don't hate anything. I like all
You like all music. You're gonna tell me you
country
like
music
country
is one thing, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie. Country music is one thing that's always been a little hard for me to get into, but the biggest thing, why I know, I don't hate it. Like,
Can
it's a
we-
great job.
Can we agree that my Post Malone F1 Trillion album
Yes.
opened the doors for you?
No, you have to understand, like, for example, country music, because I mean, of course I know it, but I don't know the genre as well as I know all the genres.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, freestyle, hip hop,
You're welcome.
dance music, I know it, so I can just
You're
throw
welcome.
it on
I
that.
was gonna say you're welcome.
What?
You're welcome.
I'm welcome?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I get it. So, you know, when there's a country music, I have to dig deeper. So, digging deeper, I have to just do a lot more research, and it takes a lot more time. You know what's funny? People sometimes, like, you know, like my media stuff.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people will say, oh, you work? Yeah, I do work. You know why? Because you know the way I look at it? If I'm on a computer,
You work?
if I'm on a computer, let's just say, because I am on a computer all day, let's just say from 10 in the morning until 3, 4 in the afternoon, then I gotta get ready, you see, on the weeks, on the days of the week I come here, then I'm here for 5 hours, so my eyes are constantly on the computer, so now people say, do you work, right? Okay, let me put this way. An accountant, what does an accountant do? He's not in front of a computer screen all day and night, right? But they say he works because he's an accountant, right?
That's right.
A graphic designer is on a computer doing graphic design, which on top of that, that I do my own graphic design and my own flyers, and we're not gonna get into all that, but still, they consider that work, but a DJ doesn't.
Can I just say, did we hit a hot topic button for you?
No, there's a lot of, when it comes down to this, that's why I really want to come on. That's what it comes down to. There's a lot of hot topic. I can go on for days, and I don't want to because there's nothing to add.
No, I get it.
It's just,
I get it.
have a lot of opinion on it.
I almost
A
really,
lot
I
of
get it,
opinion.
I get it.
When
So
you're
I
doing
do-
it for 39
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So, okay, real quick, questions from the audience?
No questions.
questions.
Why are you jerking it, bro?
All right.
Damn.
Nightlife. I know I mentioned you played in famous clubs, obviously. Cannabis life. Which did you smoke the most?
Is that a question?
I don't know. I
I
mean, back in the
answered
day,
for
this
you.
was so
He's
I
outside
want to
for
hear it
5
from
minutes
his
fucking
best.
smoking weed.
That's what he did smoke. Which one?
China.
Because I know you should China Club.
China Club.
And I was very
Shout out
China
China
from
Club.
99
I would like
to
to say-
2006 because that was,
That there was a certain DJ sneaking me into clubs
yeah.
when I should not have been there.
That was my second home, and you know what? It's funny because I never looked at it as anything really
As-
big. I mean, I was,
She's underage.
it was,
She
yeah.
shouldn't be here.
Hey, oh,
Going back to
hey.
what, 99, like 2000,
Oh,
2001.
that's
Anyway,
not.
China Club is a funny
Child.
place. It's a funny place, China Club, because really, I mean, I was visiting.
And he was in the VIP group.
Yeah, well, I was China Club. I mean, I don't, listen.
Well, listen.
I don't want to brag, but the only reason I say that is because I didn't know about this until really, probably the last 10 years that people,
No,
especially when the pandemic happened.
So I would like to say, during the pandemic, I had found Smoochie again from going to your clubs on
Facebook,
on Facebook when I was illegal. I should not have been in your clubs. However, I was in his clubs. And I found Smoochie again on Facebook, and during COVID, which pretty much saved me, he was doing his live sets from his house, and I would meet up with my friends through FaceTime or Zoom, or whatever it was, Google Chat. And that little hour that you did on Fridays, or those 2 hours you did on Fridays, that saved me. Because I would go weeks without seeing my friends. I was trapped in the fucking wilderness. I was in Pennsylvania, alone with 2 kids in the woods. And to see a familiar face on Zoom with my other friends who were watching me on Zoom, and it was just, it was really good.
That's, you know.
That's what got
Yeah, there
me.
was-
That to me meant a lot. So thank you for doing that on stream
Well, I mean,
during
no,
COVID for
you're
free
welcome, and
when
thank
you didn't have to.
but Thank you for telling me that, because I'm telling you, that's like one thing that it really gets me, because that was, I mean,
That was,
I didn't
that
know
was
anything
my,
about
that was my
streaming and all
one
of that.
connection.
My friends always told me you should stream on stream.
No, that was my one
And they were like,
connection
"Oh, everybody's
during
doing it."
COVID. That meant a lot to me. So
But
thank you for that.
people have told me that, because there is some people, not a lot, but there was a few people
Yeah.
that had the courage to send me an email, I guess you want to say, and they just tell me that. And,
Yeah.
you know, that, it just made me feel good, because it's like, it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You're doing something.
You should feel, listen, it's not just music. You do a lot of it. You do a lot of it. But we're going to wrap this segment up.
Yes.
Can I get one last question before you wrap up?
Sure.
One last question, quick question. Back then and now, flower, marijuana, cannabis. Which was the best then and now? Just quick before we go.
You really want me to answer?
Yes, I really want you to answer. You don't have to answer.
Then, 100%.
Give me.
Thank you.
It's been real, my friend. Angelo, fire questions? Lewis? Fire question? We're done. One question.
Yes, well, let's say like a really quick.
Small one right now?
Yes, that was really
Let's do, all right.
quick one.
That's a good
Wind
question.
down after work. That's a big one.
So, I think we're gonna have very conflicting answers on this, because, full disclosure, I am the vice president of a dispensary that sells cannabis. I do not partake in any THC, CBD, cannabis at all.
She does, she doesn't know.
So I want to say that my wind down time is going to be, one, I found, okay, let me cut real quick.
How does he get it? Bloopers, take 3.
I'm gonna say that I find spending time with my children is a big wind down time for me.
Alright, crap.
well-
2 bottles of wine.
Okay, Betty Cracker. You make them some cake too.
She's like, bake some cake and little cookies. We have a couple with some milk. And I lay my head down.
Alright, fine, okay?
I thought you
Everywhere.
Now, back, question real quick. Ready, shoot.
What's an unexpected thing that, or like an
That is
unexpected?
a total opposite
Same
question.
question, buddy.
Same question.
Same question, it's gonna be a lot.
Subway style, okay. How do you guys wind down after work?
Okay, so I'm gonna say
Real
that.
quick. Truth.
What? So I'm gonna say that we're gonna have very different answers because I do not partake in any THC or CBD products at all. My wind down is going home, maybe putting on some Housewives or some trashy TV that I don't have to think about.
There we go.
I pour myself some wine and I sit there. I cuddle my dog. Okay, Flower. Shout out Flower.
Shout out to Flower.
Okay. And that's about it. Like, I just want to chill out. I don't want to think about anything. I don't want to talk about anything.
So you
So-
wind down.
So I wind down with some Housewives, Bravo, Andy Cohen, my man, and some wine.
Alright.
How do you wind down?
I'm gonna have to say literally 6 or 7 joints of farmer. This is right like before I go to bed, obviously. And some video games. I'm gonna keep it real. Maybe like 2 hours. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching.
I want to
Proper
say
After
thank
Hour.
you.
It's okay. Okay, go ahead and trees. Take it away.
Just for Lindbergh.
It's hard when you're like there on in the seat because you don't know like what to say.
Yeah, he's playing